And Jalen Hurts is Super Bowl bound yet again, but this time around, he will look to become the fourth quarterback to win the NFL's ultimate prize as a starting quarterback after losing his first Super Bowl start. He'll see a familiar face in Patrick Mahomes, and despite being criticized throughout his entire career, Hurts is a winner, and the numbers do not lie as you take a look at where he stacks up among quarterbacks with the most rushing touchdowns in an NFL playoff game. Hurts hoping to add some more in New Orleans come February 9th, and here he is addressing the media.
We're saying in the locker room that the increased intensity of practice from training camp on kind of brought the team together, in a lot of ways, made everyone closer, kind of bonded. Did you sense that as training camp practices were longer and you guys have been coming to Monday and that kind of thing?
I think the more time you're able to, the more time you're able to put in work together with the guys next to you, usually the better the outcome because there's been time spent, time on task, a lot of communicating, a lot of ups and downs that you go through together. Those things always pay off in the end.
Jalen, was there any point or time during the season where or win even, where you thought, yeah, we can get back to the Super Bowl?
When it began.
Jalen, coming off performance like you are offensively as a team, the old adage, you want to play your best football late in the season. Do you feel you guys are doing that as an offense?
I think it's about efficiency. It's about winning at this point. It's always been about winning. But, when you're able to win in a number of different ways, it's just about mastering whatever the plan is in that particular game and in that particular moment and just making sure everyone's on the same page when we go out there and execute.
What's your most vivid memory of that last Super Bowl?
Sorry?
What's your most vivid memory of that Super Bowl?
Next question.
What'd you learn from that and that you can apply to returning?
There we go. I think hindsight, from a perspective that everyone's not really experienced that before, everything that comes with the week, I think that's something that's big is just being of good influence on the guys that haven't been there before, being able to answer questions and open that door so everyone's that much closer when we go out there and experience, because in the end it's a business trip and it's an opportunity that we've worked for to have, and we want to take advantage of it.
How long did it take for you to let that loss go?
I moved on to the next season and prepare for that. Obviously, you still have different motivations, and you're motivated by any time you come up short in anything, and having that perspective of just trying to learn from all of your lessons. So no shortcoming is bigger than the other. You just want to learn from them all.
You've played in a lot of big games in college and the NFL. How much does that experience in all those huge games help you when you're in the biggest moments of these?
Yeah, my approach is just to take it a day at a time. It starts with the preparation throughout the week and being diligent with the work, putting the time in, putting forth the effort. So when it's time to go out there and go, you feel prepared.
What's your best advice for your teammates who haven't been in this game?
Exactly what I just said. Go take it a day at a time, be diligent, put forth the effort, and just work throughout the week.
Yeah, what does it take to kind of buy in to what's been going on this season? I mean, guys have had to sacrifice certain things, stats, whatever.
Buy into what?
Excuse me?
Buy into what?
Buy into just all the different ways you guys approach winning, whether it's Saquon 1 week, AJ, you. I mean, how does that buy-in work, I guess?
I think that's the nature of it. Don't get lost in what the nature of a team sport is. It takes a team to go out there and have success. So it's looked a ton of different ways, but any team that has success, it looks a ton of different ways. And so just put our focus on winning.
You've alluded a couple times to the Georgia guys and how they've kind of, maybe inspiration is not the right word, but it inspired you maybe a little bit. How has that happened, and what do you see from them that you just think is kind of special?
Just think they have a tight-knit group. everything that they've gone through in college, all the success they've had in college, the rigorous process they go through as well. I know it's very similar to what I experienced at Alabama, and that creates a tightly knitted group. And so I think they've been able to carry over some of those things and some of those experiences and some of that mentality to Philadelphia, and I think it's paid dividends for our success, especially on defense.
In that team meeting the other day when Nick asked you guys to close your eyes and envision your best game, what came to your mind?
Nothing.
Jalen, you've had to deal with a few things here late in the season, the concussion, the knee, and you mentioned an illness last week. How are you feeling right now heading into Super Bowl week?
I got a little cough, but I'm fine.
The knee's good?
I'm fine.
Dallas Goedert's having a great playoffs, and I think you've connected with him more than anybody else in the playoffs over these last 4 years. Where did that trust start with him?
It began every offseason. Every offseason, we spent a lot of time together. And, you know, opportunities come and they look different. And he's always been diligent, always been patient. And I think specifically him coming out to Houston, and we usually always get together in Cali. All those things pay off. So that's exactly kind of our MO coming into this game. Coming into all of these games, just, you know, all the work and time we put in, it pays off when it's supposed to.
AJ was talking yesterday about not loving some of the stuff that goes on during Super Bowl week, wishes it could be more about football. When you get pulled in all those different directions, how do you take that personally? Is there something that's enjoyable about it? Do you not like it?
It comes with the profession, and it comes a part of our duties and our responsibilities. It comes with the job.
What do you think makes Kansas City's defense challenging in the way Steve Spagnuolo schemes that defense?
Well, he's been great. He's been great. Very high success rate in what they do. Great players, great defensive back group. Obviously, Chris Jones and up front. And so it'll be a great challenge. It'll be another great challenge for us.
He's famous for coming out with some unscouted looks. Last year, he famously did it with that 7 defensive back thing that got San Francisco to throw incomplete on a key third down. You know, how do you go into a game like that, not knowing specifically that maybe what could come that hasn't been scouted?
Yeah, you want to try and prepare yourself for all the different things, and just go out there and execute and play clean.
Cohen's obviously had a pretty busy couple weeks with stuff outside of this building. How have you noticed him kind of keeping on task with you guys, and what's his mindset?
Yeah, I really don't. I don't pay attention to it. Obviously, I get prepped before I come up here, but I wouldn't have known a thing. I think he's handled it great. I don't know what's going to happen after that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but in terms of his focus, our focus, and all of our intensity being towards this, I feel like he's been doing a great job.
Two more questions.
When you look at when you look at this season, has it been more challenging for you than maybe some of the other seasons you've been here?
Challenging in what way?
Just like things you've had to overcome. Just, you know, it seems like.
Like what?
Like every season, there's always obstacles, I guess. I mean, does it seem like there have been more in your path this time?
It's per usual. It comes with it. And it's been plagued along my journey, and it comes in an abundance, but I find a thrill in it. So it's forced me to have this opportunity again, so keep it coming.
You talked about the other day, Nick said that you were joking, or he perceived it as a joke with the straitjacket comment. Was it intended as a joke?
I'm just joking around after the game.
Thanks, Joe.
It's hard not to root against that guy, or root for him, rather. Wow, what a career. And he's looking to finally have his moment. He's come close, but hasn't fully gotten the job done. As you take a look at all the accolades and games Hurts has been close to winning. Back in college at Alabama, we know Hurts was benched at halftime of the 2018 College Football Playoff Championship game against Georgia in favor of quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. That same year, he was also Heisman runner-up, finished second in the Heisman Trophy voting, next to Joe Burrow. And then, of course, in the big leagues, as you take a look here, 2022, rough year. Hurts was runner-up to Patrick Mahomes for the NFL MVP. And he nearly beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Is it finally his time? We'll find out in New Orleans.